Hi, this is Christy with Creations by Christy, and today I'm going to show you how exactly I created the charms that I made for the charm swap for the cruise. And I've had a ton of questions on how I created this embossed metal on the back of the charms, and also how I got this glossy look on the front, and you'll be amazed on how easy this is. So let's get started and to create these. So let's move all this aside, and what I use to create the base is the Tim Holtz fragments. And he has a couple different sizes and shapes. He's got round ones and square ones. These are ones that they are the charm ones, and so I thought they were pretty appropriate to do the charms. And on the back of the package, you can see, if you can see in the glare, hang on, let me pull up the package sheet here. On the back, it shows all the different sizes that you get with it. So let's just pull out one to use here. Let's go with, I like this one. It's kind of like a dog tag shape. And we're going to grab his book of all of his, I love this book. He's got quite a few different paper pads, and this is the Lost and Found one, which is my absolute favorite. And it's got the stripes, like the strips that you can use for the rosettes. It's got small ATC sizes. It's got real small squares. It's got larger squares. These are real great. I've been using this size for my bookmarks. So I'm going to find one that is appropriate size for this. Let's actually, should we go with the globe, or we can go with that. I kind of like that. So I'm just going to take this sheet out. Let's flip through the rest, make sure that's what we want to go with. Or we can do these faces. I love these faces too. I want to know who these people are. So we could put them on there. Like that. And this cute little kid. Okay, let's just go with this. I like this. So I take my glossy accents, which I have right here, and I just coat the whole tile. Not real heavy. As you can see, I'm just making kind of like zigzag stripes. You see that? There, now you can see it real good. And then I place it down on where I want my picture. So I kind of want that off center. I don't want like the circle right smack in the middle. So then you can kind of move it around just a little bit. And then we're going to set this aside to dry while we do the next step. So let's move this over here. Next, on the backs for my metal, I use the metal from Quick Cuts because this is what I have on hand. But I was so excited to see that Tim Holtz came out with his own line of metal, so I'm sure I will be moving over to his metal because I just love like the Ranger brand and all of his stuff. It's just high quality, great stuff. So I'm sure I'll be giving his go, and probably will be moving to his stuff. But right now I have a whole bunch of this metal still, so right now I'm using this. And as you can see, it's really thin, and it's okay if it's a little dented up because all that will come out in the embossing. So first, before I emboss it, I'm going to put alcohol inks on it, and I'm using Meadow denim and rust. So, whoops. So let's put a drop on my applicator here. And it's kind of a good size little drop. There, I got my 3 drops. And then I'm just going to dot this all around my metal. Not really caring how, like, any certain pattern or anything, you can go over it. When you go over it, it starts blotching like that, which is great. You're just getting kind of like a background color, so you don't have that metal. And you can kind of take a look at what your tag, what the, you know, the picture that you are cutting out to put on the front, and kind of get inspiration for your colors from that. So this looks good to me. And the alcohol inks dry so quick. They're quick to dry. So I'm going to take this, and it's probably dry already. Give it another second. And if it's tacky, it's still wet. So we'll just give it another second here to dry. We can set up our Vagabond to cut. And we'll need our base here, and our 2 plates, and my folder. And I'm using this folder that I absolutely love. I think this is the collage one, not positive, but I will find out and put it in the video. It's my favorite one. So I'm going to just line this up, and to get the most out of my inking. So there it is. I'm going to set that down and run it through. And you can use any of your dry emboss machines that, you know, like your Cuttlebug, Vagabond, any of those. Okay, so now you have your wonderful embossing. Look how gorgeous that is. Love it so much. Okay, so how easy was that? Okay, I'm done with that. So now I'm going to take my embossed image here. I'm just going to take one of these very light, spongy kind of, my brain's not working today, like sanders, and just sand over the top, and it's gonna so quickly show the metal from underneath. It's just gonna sand off the alcohol, so it's going to show the image so much better. And for the metal, I like using these rather than the sanding block. Like, you know, the big Tim Holtz sanding block or the files or anything. Because it doesn't scratch up the surface of it. And just look at that, how it kind of buffs it a little bit. You could take a, you know, paper towel and get all that fine grit off. But it just, so cool. Love it. And, I mean, look behind the birds. It almost has like a sunrise effect. And just so awesome. Love it. Okay. This should be dry now. Our little tag. So we're going to take our tonic scissors. And I like to just cut a circle around it. So I have a little bit more area. Like, so it's a little easier. And we're just going to cut this out. And if you can't get way in those corners right there, don't really worry about it right at this point. Just kind of cut into them. But get like the rounded corners here. Get it as close as you can, but don't fret. So now your back is just red, because that's the back of what this paper is. And Tim was kind enough to make all of his papers double-sided. They have a beautiful distressed finish on the opposite side. So they're all gorgeous. So now I'm going to take and excuse me, figure out where I want to place this on the back. This paper, as with Tim's, is sticky back, the metal. So I'm just going to kind of figure out where I want to put this. Like, do I want that? Ooh, that's kind of cool. I think I want it right there. So I'm just going to put this here, right behind the clock, and I'm just going to kind of cut around it so that that clock is going to be, the clock and the writing is going to be on the back. So now I can pull off the back, place it on here, and then trim the metal with the tonic scissors. These tonic scissors are awesome. Non-stick, they cut through anything. Just kind of get in those corners as much as you can. Okay, so now I have it like that. Okay, so then I take a little, I should have had this out for you, like a little file. I have this little pink handle one, I forget who it was by, and I can file the edges so that there's no little sharp edges, and also any extra paper or anything, all that's going to come right off. And I don't know if you can see that like little fray there? So it just kind of go like along the edge like that. Not like, but at the corners. And then, last step, see how cute? Oh, and no, there's no sharp edges. Last step is to take the piercing tool, which is, oh, if you could only see my room right now, it looks like a bomb hit it. Okay, you take the piercing tool, also by Tim Holtz and Tonic, and you can eyeball it. I mean, you can go from the front if you want and go through the hole and kind of, but I just like to just eyeball so I don't have a chance of pushing that metal off, and just go right through to repop your hole. And you're done. So that is how I put the metal and the paper and got it so shiny and beautiful. And then you can add some of them I added things to the front, so you can add some of the, you know, little gears to the front, like that might be cool, like that. So yeah, so simple, so easy, and hope you enjoyed this and you learned a little something. Bye.